Okay, so guys, now I'm going to show you the page object model design pattern. Okay, so in the interview, they will ask you, the interviewer will ask you what type of model you are using, right? Or what type of framework you are using. So when you were tell me about yourself, you are telling that you are working in page object model framework. Remember? So there are a couple of types of page object model framework. So before going to the page object model framework, okay, so we already covered most of the Java and Selenium part. So I believe we are good to go to learn the framework right now. Okay, so now before learning framework, we need to know actually how the concept of the page object model framework is. So if you go to the Google and if you search for the person Martin Fowler, so he is the owner or he's the father of page object model design pattern, Martin Fowler. Okay, so this is the guy. So from on the year 2013, he wrote an article on how we should use the page object model in the framework, and this is very important part. We already know that how to use that assertion, right? And in the framework, definitely we cannot use the assertion in other part, but we have to. There is some pages called a test page. Only we can use the assertion as test page and other something like that. Okay, so a lot of things to know. So I'm going to give you this link to you, and I'm requesting you to learn and study on this link more and more. Okay, this is very important. So this is the guy who created the page object model framework, and the page object model framework made our life easy. Okay, so now let's bring my PowerPoint, because you usually know that I don't like to use the PowerPoint all the time. So let's not use the PowerPoint. Let me see with the PowerPoint I can show you to you. Okay. Okay, now say this is my complete framework. This is my complete framework. Okay. In the framework, so this is my entire framework at a glance. So let me give the name of the framework. So you know what type of framework this is. This is page object model design pattern. Okay, design pattern. Then what type of framework this is? I can say this is a hybrid framework. Hybrid framework. Also, I can say I have some utilities here. Utilities here. I have some runner file. What is the runner file? Remember, we work with the test.xml file. So that XML file is called the runner file. We have the HTML with it. HTML with it. These things should cover in our page object model framework. Okay. So now let me make it smaller. Okay. Okay. So this is my framework. Now, what I can do. So what I have in the framework. So in the framework, I should have some layers, different type of layers. What type of layers? I can say this is my page layer. It's called the page layer. What does the page layer mean? Page layer means that, okay, you'll have different kind of pages are there. What type of pages? Say login page, you have home page, you have contact page, different type of page, right? So and blah blah blah. What project you are working on, and depend on what type of things you are working. So let me make another color for this one. Say this is my number one page layer. And this is coming. Just a second, guys. Block it first. This is my page layer. Okay. So after that, what I can do? So in the page layer, I told you. So I have some options. Say this is my login page. So remember, if you go to any website, what do you have? Say you're working in the Facebook, right? This is your Facebook. So what do you have? First page, login page, right? So now come here, tell me, okay, this is my login page.java, right? And what the page will contain? Page contains constructor, page constructor. It has the bilocator. We are using bilocator in our framework, right? And also the page actions. Also, we can say page actions. And we are using the public for that, right? Remember? Public page action. So don't worry for anything. It will sound a little bit complicated for now, but when I'll show you in my own framework, it will be make your life very easy and simple. Okay. Similarly, we have another class. I can say the class name. Okay. Homepage. Homepage.java. Also, in the homepage, we have the constructor. We have the other thing, bilocators, whatever needed. And I can say, okay, another page, whatever the pages are, okay, another pages. So we can put a lot of pages over there. So in one framework, you can put a lot of page and other things. So now, what is our next goal? Our next goal, okay, from here, we'll go to the driver manager. There's a concept called the driver manager. What is driver manager doing? Driver manager is doing initialization driver, say init driver. What else? Else initial properties. Remember yesterday we learned properties file.
Yeah.
So in the driver manager file, we'll do that. Okay. So I can say init properties, init prop. So let me take the outside of it. Outside. You can say this is my driver manager. Okay, this is driver manager.java actually, not the method. .java, that means it's a special class for us. So what we'll do? So we are going to use extend keyword from here. See, we're going to use the extend keyword, and we're telling, okay, extend keyword. Okay, in every page, we are not going to write the drivers. So we have one driver method, and that driver method is executing in every page automatically. Excuse me. Okay, so this is number one. So number three, this is number two, right? So this is number two. So again, guys, I told you this is the strongest. It should be the strongest part of your life, of your career. This is the strongest part of my career also, because all the interview I cracked with showing my framework. Okay, and even in my current project where I'm working right now, I created two frameworks, one for the mobile phone automation and another for the web automation. And those framework I used in this format. Okay, and everybody in my, especially my boss, everybody liked the framework, and this is really working good for my team and for my company, and this is really good. So now number three, what option I have for the number three? So number three, I can say config.properties. Config.properties. So remember, Mahi, we learned yesterday the configured properties. What we have in the configured properties? What information we have over there? We are putting all the usernames, URL. We are putting URL, right? Browser info, username, password. Remember, also there is something called headless browser. Also, there is some highlight. So this type of method we can use in our let me make it smaller. This type of thing we can use in our config.properties file. Okay. Okay. Now, number 4. This is number 3, right? So number 4, I can tell. Okay, number 4 should like some similar like this one. What we are going to put in number 4? This is number 4. I can say this is my test layer. The test layer in the test engine. What is test layer? All the test cases will be there. Remember with the @ annotation? The @ annotation, all the tests should be there. What to do here? I have to write down test case. For a test case, I have to use at the end, I have to use the test keyword. Say this is login page test. And here I'm going to use, remember what? @ test. Also assertion. I'm going to use this part, okay? I can copy this, and I can say home page test.java, another page is test.java, and here remove this. Say, okay. Let me make smaller. Okay, so for now, this is the theoretical one, and practical I'll show in the next class. It will be really easy, simple, and straightforward. Okay, there's nothing complication on it. But you have to spend some time. You have to play on that one, and this is more than enough. Okay, now I have the test page. Now I can tell. You know that we saw that before method and after method, before test, after test. So before method, after method, every time we are not using in our test classes. For that, we should have some separate thing, separate class. So I can say number 5. I can say number 5, 5, say base test.java. This is my file name. Okay. And here I can say I'm going to use, say, 2 type of method here, or 3 type of, depends. Say, what's the method here? @ say before. For some reason, the before method or test, also after method or test. These type of things. Okay. @sign. Okay, this is we are using in the base stage test. So how to work in the base test? I can say, okay, from here I'm going to use the extend keyword. Extend keyword for that. The extend keyword, I can make a relationship with the test pages and the base test page. Okay, so now there should be something called okay, test utils. Number 6, okay, test utils. Remember, this thing I'm talking about, most of the things are package. Okay, this is the package layer. Package layer, inside the package we have the classes. .java mean these are all class. Okay, so this is on my test utils package. So what I have in the test utils package, I can say I have the test util package. Here you can say I have, say, element utils, element utils dot java. One of them. I have, okay, I can say I have JavaScript util, JavaScript util dot java. I have say Excel util, Excel util dot java. Okay, there are something called constant. Make smaller. Make smaller. These are all in the package. We have different type of files. Okay, so now I have constant dot java. Okay. So now what I have, there is something called data provider. We have something called data provider. So data, say, like this small thing inside here. There's something called data provider here. Okay. So what data provider will do? Let me make some space. Something. No. This is my data provider. Let me make it easy for you guys. So data provider. So what data provider do? It will make some relationship. Okay. It will make some relationship. How it will make some relationship? So it will make some relationship with the Excel util, because I told you all the data will be in the Excel, right? Remember, I told you all the data will be in the Excel. And say in another page, I'm going to put some data information. How to work on that? Say here, I can make it here. See. So this is the data provider part. Okay. So data provider is kind of annotation. The annotation means this is not the Excel file. So where is the Excel file? I have to create the another file for that. So I have to create another file for that. What type of file here? We make it bigger. A file like that. What type of file? So for that, I can say give me now number. Excuse me. Number 7. Number 7. This is my test data dot XLS. You know XLS? What is XLS? XLS means the Excel file, right? So I can say, okay, this is my Excel file. This is my Excel file. Okay. This is my Excel file. And how to make the relationship with the Excel file? It is come to Excel util file. Okay. Excel util file to test data Excel. So this is outside of the framework. This is in your local computer. Okay. So from this computer, it is coming to the Excel util file. From Excel util file, it will go to your, it will go to the data provider, and it will give or add the data in the different type of pages. Okay, in your different page, whenever it needed. Whenever you need it, you can use this type of things over there. So this is number 7. So in number 8, we have something. In number 8, I can say Okay, number 8. So number 8, I'm going to use. This is the one of the most important thing. Okay, in the interview, they will definitely ask you again that one. So the number 8 is reporting part. The report. So what type of report tool we have? Already we saw that our framework is the TestNG framework, right? So in the TestNG framework, what do we have? We have number 1, TestNG reporting, right? So it's TestNG.html, right? Not there, dot HTML. This is report. Number 2, we have extend report. So we're going to learn extend report in next class. We have allo report. Okay, so we have some log information for putting logs. So we are going to use the log4j2 for that. Okay, we're going to use the logs in the reporting part. So we can see all the things in the log. Already mentioned the allo report. So this type of reports we are going to use in our framework. Just a second, guys. Now what I can do, just a second. Let me make it shorter. Don't make it bigger. Okay, now what should be number 9? So already saw this is the reporting part. In number 9, there is called the test runner. So why the test runner is very important here? Because we can run regression test, smoke test, sanity test from the test runner. Okay, we can create our own XML file, and from the own XML file, we can run our test cases. Say test runner, runners. Okay, this is one of my things. Let me do it this way. Oh no, I can say test runner. So what will be there? There should be different type of things like test ng dot XML could be there. We can change the name. We can change the name to test ng underscore say regression dot XML, but you have to use the XML at the end. That is for sure. Okay. Say test ng dot sanity, so test ng underscore sanity dot XML. Okay. Also, we can run the parallel test cases from there. Okay. What else we can do from the runner file? We can do some couple of important things. These are just a second, guys. We can do some couple of very important things. I can say, okay, I can say we can use parallel test cases. Parallel test cases. I will tell you what is the how to run the parallel test cases in next class. We can use the parameters. Very important part. Parameters from the XML file. Okay. This is very important of the test runner. So test runner should be number 9 of our framework. Okay, guys. In next class, I'm going to review this part once again. It will be very easy for you. And there is something called pom.xml. Number 10, I can say I have the pom.xml. So what is the pom.xml? Remember? So pom.xml, in the pom.xml is the heart of the framework, I can tell you. Okay, why is the heart of the framework? Because I'm putting all the dependencies there. What are dependencies? Jar files, right? Dependencies and also the plugins. So we are getting all the plugins and all the dependencies. From here, from the pom.xml. Okay, so this is our framework looks like. This is our frameworks looks like. Now, I have some options left. What are the options? So our framework, when you work in the framework, say, let me make another one. Just a second. I know for now this is a little bit confusing for you guys, okay, but when I'll show you on the real framework, it will be real easy, simple, like piece of cake, and it will make your life really easy, very comfortable. Now, okay, let me do like this. Let me do like this. Here. Perfect. So this is the yellow one. Oh, I lost something, right? I lost something. No, I didn't lose anything here. No. Why the extents going there? Very bad. Extent should be here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Again, so my framework should look like this. Now, in the purple part here, you can see the space remaining, right? But why this space is for? So we can do one thing. We can tell to our framework, okay, framework, you have the option to use the Dockers. Dockers. Remember when you tell me about yourself, you tell that you use the Docker container. Remember what I do for the Docker? You're using Selenium Grid over there. Selenium Grid in the Docker. Okay. Also, it will run for you. So I can say from the framework, it will go to here. This is the way I can use the Docker here. Okay, what else? We have something else we have. We can use our GitHub. Remember, in the framework, we learned how to push the code in the Git already. See, we have something called Git repo. Git repo. You can use the Git repo over there. So this is our Git repo, right? What is going to middle? I don't know. Mid to middle. Let's see this one here. I have the Git repo. I can tell, okay, it will come from the framework to the Git first. Okay, so now after coming to the Git, what they can do, make it some good color. Good color. This is all about presentation. Okay. Okay. Now I have the Git repo here. So after Git, what you'll do, it will go to the Jenkins. How the Jenkins will work. So we can learn to set up the Jenkins. So Jenkins is a very, very interesting thing. So DevOps part. Usually your DevOps engineer, they will set up Jenkins for you. You don't need to worry for that. But as a QA engineer, this is good to know how to set up the Jenkins. Very easy, very simple, very straightforward. Okay. Say Jenkins. So in the Jenkins, we have to set up the pipeline over there. Say Jenkins pipeline. So here, what we'll do, we are going to do, we are going to create the Jenkins pipeline setup. Okay, so there's a file called Jenkins file, and we can learn how to set up in the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so how the pipeline actually works. So pipeline working like this. It's a small thing. See, pipeline looks like this. So pipeline looks like this. It should be related to it should be like this. Not like that way. I don't know why it is going outside of that. Sometimes this type of things make life complicated. Okay, let me make it easy for you guys. So Jenkins pipeline work like this. So this is kind of pipeline setup. So this is a look like pipeline. So when you work in a real scenario, we'll run next class how the pipeline is working. Okay, the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so this is the part again. DevOps do this part, and also we can connect our framework with already learned, right? We in our framework that we are working with the AWS device, AWS cloud. So we can say AWS EC2, and also the Dockers. So all the connectivity, everything the DevOps engineer will do for you. Okay, so all the connectivity and the other things DevOps engineer will do for you. But what you have to do, you have to have some ideas. Okay, all the infrastructure, infrastructure setup. It should be by DevOps. But as a QA engineer, you should know how everything is going on, how everything is running. Okay, so see, this is the framework we'll work on. It's called the PageObjectModel design file. Any question? Okay, so if you don't have any question, so we'll see on next class and see how the framework is working for us. Okay, so here the good thing, you don't need to write down any code from extended report. Why you need to write down? Because all the code extended report is given in the extended report website. You don't need to write down any ALU report code also. Okay, so the framework I'm going to give you, everything is already set up. Only the thing you need to know how to operate that one. And I will show you all the tips and tricks to run my framework. Sounds good? Okay, so if you have no question, so if you have anything else, you can WhatsApp me, you can ping me, and we'll see you on the next class. Till then, goodbye. Take care.